In life, some gifts look like nothing at all, yet they carry us through every storm. Some fathers don't say, "I love you." They don't leave behind houses, land, or money. They leave only one thing: quiet faith that their child will make it. And sometimes that's enough for a child to fly. Let me tell you a story like that.
In a poor countryside village where the rooftops were thatched with straw, where roosters announced the morning and cooking smoke marked the time, a small boy lived alone, surviving only on the kindness of others. His family had been taken by a massive flood when he was too young to remember their faces. Since then, he lived off scraps and sympathy, sleeping wherever someone had room, eating whatever someone could spare. One day, an old man came to the village. He wore worn clothes, carried a tin box filled with needles and thread. No one knew where he came from. He asked only one thing: "Let me take care of that boy." He lived simply and quietly, working as a traveling tailor. He didn't talk much, but villagers noticed how gently he treated the boy. Some whispered, "Maybe he lost his family too. That's why he cares so much." They lived in a small wooden house on the edge of the village. It wasn't much, but it was warm. And one day, the boy started calling him Dad. No one told him to, it just felt right. Life was hard. The old man worked all day and stitched by candlelight at night, but not once did he complain, and not once did his love for the boy ever fade. On some quiet nights, the boy would see him sitting at the table, holding his rusty scissors, cutting at thin air. No cloth, no thread, just air. One night, the boy asked, "What are you doing, Dad?" The old man smiled. "I'm sewing clothes for you, the kind only people who believe can wear." The boy didn't understand, but he didn't ask again, because he loved his father deeply. And just watching him work quietly made him feel safe. As he grew older, he began to carry a quiet promise in his heart. One day, I'll succeed. Not just for me, but so Dad doesn't have to work so hard anymore. Years passed. A terrible drought swept the village. Many families packed up and left. The boy, now a young man, stood by the door with his worn backpack. "Dad, I'm going to the city. If I make it, I'll come back and take you with me." The old man didn't say much. He reached into the back room and brought out a small cloth pouch, tied shut. "Inside," he said, "are the things I've sewn that no one can see. When you have succeeded, open it." The young man took the pouch, bowed low, and left. City life was harsh. He slept in narrow alleys, worked odd jobs, ate cheap food, and got sick more than once. Sometimes he wanted to give up, but then he'd think of the pouch, tied shut, still unopened, and he'd remember his father's tired hands and loving eyes. That pouch didn't have anything in it, yet somehow it carried the weight of home. In the hardest nights, his longing and his love for his father kept him going. He rose again, learned a trade, started his own business, and after many long years, he returned to the village. The old house was still there, but the door no longer opened. His father had passed away. he sat alone at the old wooden table, set down the pouch, and opened it for the first time. Inside was a single folded note. The writing had faded, but he could still read, "I have no wealth to leave you, but I have faith and love. I gave all of it to you, and if you can believe in what no one else can see, you will sow your life with your own hands." He closed the pouch, looked up at the moonlight pouring through the window. There were no clothes, no gold, only invisible love, and it had wrapped around him all his life. Some gifts can't be seen, but they carry us through every part of who we become. An empty pouch, a full heart, and a father who left behind nothing but the belief that his son would make it.